For once, I'm like, oxidize, please. Do you guys see that? What is that? Oh my. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen, aka cakedbybabyk, and today we're doing something very exciting to me, at least. We're going to be talking about the new ColourPop no filter foundations. I also picked up some of the powders, so we're going to be testing it, reviewing it. I'm going to do my beloved wear test throughout the day. I have a long day ahead of me, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first off, before I jump into application and everything, I wanted to talk about like packaging, like prices and all that stuff. So the shade that I picked up was light 70 and then also medium 80. I, for the life of me, could not figure out what my shade was because a lot of people were posting swatches like on Trend Mood. There were pictures of like all of the foundations lined up. And for some reason, all of the pictures looked really yellow, especially in the medium category. Like, I'll insert the picture here, but like, it just seemed like they were the same shades almost, and I was having a really hard time pinpointing what my shade would be because I don't know if that swatch was like oxidized or not, but I was looking at the chart that ColourPop posted on their Instagram, and it was just kind of a little bit more helpful because they had like shade comparisons, but it was also a little bit more confusing as well. So I was just looking at the undertones of everything, and right now, I mean, my Hailey's Beauty foundation is like a pretty good match for me, and I'm trying to compare it. This one is the medium 80, which I'm definitely going to be using this one. It looks a little bit lighter, but we'll see how it goes. If anything, I can always just order another one. These are $12 per foundation, which isn't bad. The packaging, I actually really like the stars on it. I know a lot of people say it's like kind of kiddish, but I feel like it kind of goes with their packaging and their like whole aesthetic. It does come in a pump, which is an automatic plus. Automatic deduction though for not having a cap. I just feel like, I don't know, I'm a very paranoid person, and if I'm traveling with this, I'm just gonna be like constantly fearing that it's going to like get all over my makeup. I know it does like twist and lock, so it kind of protects from that, but you know, like whenever you're like moving around or like your luggage, like you never know what can happen. So I'm always paranoid with that. I just think it'd be better if it came with a cap. Let's talk about the No Filter Sheer Pressed Powder. I got the shade medium. This is what it looks like. This is what the packaging looks like. I think it's really sleek. It has like the silver reflective words on it. This is what it looks like. I actually have a bronzer. This is what their bronzer packaging looks like, and this is the sheer pressed powder. So it's the same type of like white acrylic case, and it does come with a mirror, which is a really nice, it's a really nice pan size as well. Let's see. This one is 5.5 grams, so it's 0.19 ounces, and the foundations are 0.85, I can't read, 0.85 fluid ounces, so you don't get a full ounce with these, which I feel you're kind of getting gypped because most foundations run about like 1 to like 1.0 something ounces, so we'll see about that because, like, you know, I never finish a foundation, so it doesn't honestly really matter to me that much. The pressed powder retails for $9, and then I also got two no filter setting powders. I got the shades Banana and Translucent. I'm gonna do a comparison between each eye, like each of my under eyes, and then we're gonna see how they wear. So this is what the packaging looks like. The same deal, same kind of aesthetic. And it's just like a little, like this, comes with a sifter. It's really similar to their Luster Dust packaging, just a little bit bigger. So this is in the shade Translucent, and then this one is the Banana one. It's actually a really nice banana color, like just looking at through the packaging. But we're going to test these out. We're going to be applying probably medium 80 onto my skin. Like I said, I know this isn't like an exact match for me because, oh my, dude, I got gypped even more with this one. Look at, it's supposed to be like flat on the bottom with the glass. And look at this one. I got gypped. Okay, so we're definitely going to be using medium 80 on my skin. We're going to be using it with my Smashbox Photo Finish primer just because I have to have a primer on my face. Otherwise, I can tell my foundation looks super horrible. I'm going to be doing this side with a brush and then this side with a beauty blender. So let's go ahead and get into that. I'm going to shut up and we're going to just roll it. As always, I'm going to start with a few pumps on my little mixing plate, just because I've seen a little bit of reviews done by people and it is a very liquidy consistency. So we're gonna go ahead and pump it onto that. Okay, this is what medium 80 looks like. As you can see, it's already like running down the sides. So as I said, we're gonna apply this side with a brush and then this side with the beauty blender. I'm gonna be using my Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush. I absolutely love this. I'll link it in the description bar below if you guys wanna check it out. I really recommend it. So we're just gonna go straight in. I didn't even prime yet. Let's do that. I usually just prime like my T-zone because that's where I get the oiliest, and let's go ahead and just pump this onto my face. So yeah, definitely way too light for me, but I don't know if it oxidizes because a lot of the swatches looked really yellow and dark, so I was just like, alright, I don't know how this is gonna go. But then I also watched Nicole Concilio's video and she showed like the whole PR package, and hers pulled like really cool tones and it wasn't as yellow as a lot of the pictures that I saw, so also confused about that. I just put the foundation like on the brush and start stippling it, but it doesn't really seem like it's that much coverage, so I'm just gonna go in with my finger and try to apply it. See, when I apply it like that, at least on camera it's looking a little bit light, but when I apply it to my face with my finger, it doesn't seem that light, but when I buff it out, it does. It doesn't smell, actually, it kind of smells a little bit like sunscreen. It's a very sheer coverage in my opinion. And I don't know if it's just because I'm applying it with a brush, but we'll keep going. I hate that I got the wrong shade. And I spent like days trying to figure out like what my perfect shade was. I am noticing like wherever you go with a brush to kind of like build on top of what you've already laid down, it is pulling and dragging, and wow, that is so light. I hate myself. For once, I'm like, oxidize, please. Also, I know that they like posted that brand comparison. It looks so white. I know they posted that like brand compare. Wow, okay. Do you guys see that? Do you see that? I recently went to the pool and I guess I got burned a little bit, but I didn't really feel it. I just started peeling. So now this foundation is just like pulling at all my dry patches. I'm gonna insert a picture right now. Holy crap. Okay, I actually don't think it's that bad of a match because I do think this bottom part is oxidizing a little bit. Huh. It's not too bad. My forehead is real bad though. I'm gonna try and build it up a little bit more. So far, I'm not really happy with this foundation. It's not looking cute. Especially on my mouth area, that is a problem area on the corner, and it just looks, ugh. It looks horrible. Okay, I am touching my face right now, and literally, do you guys see that on my fingers? Let me turn the ISO down. Do you guys see that? It's on my fingers. I'm literally touching my face and it's coming off. Like, this is a hot mess. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Morphe Beauty Sponge and see if it applies a little bit differently. I'm praying that it will because this brush side is just a whole disaster. Like, my skin looks so bad. I know you can't really tell because of my camera, but I'm just like looking at my face in this mirror and I'm just like, bruh. It's also a very sheer foundation, so I'm just like, ugh. This is such a disappointment because their concealers are amazing. Like, their No Filter concealer is probably one of my favorite concealers. It's creamy, it's full coverage, but I also think like even their concealer is thicker than this. Like, this is just so thin. I'm also just gonna go in and just like buff out this side because brush side was not looking great. Yeah, I'll definitely apply with a sponge in the future because it looks way better than a brush. I didn't even notice that I had dry patches in the first place. I think it's just like me like having the brush rub all over just made it more prevalent, and it's just holy moly. Okay, when I actually turn the settings a little bit lower on my camera, you can kind of see the foundation doesn't look too white, which, okay, that kind of makes it better. I think it's just like my camera over exaggerating how light it is. It's actually a pretty decent match because I think it is oxidizing a little bit, like the tiniest bit. There's a hair stuck on my face. I'm gonna try to see. Yeah, the foundation still comes off on my fingers if I touch it. I'm gonna try and build the coverage up a little bit just because this coverage is so sheer. Like, and I'm a full coverage kind of gal. I'm just gonna turn my ISO up a little bit just because I feel like the settings are a little bit dark, but I'm gonna look super white, so. Ay, all right. That's that. All right, I'm just gonna conceal with the ColourPop No Filter concealer. Something they actually got right. I'm in the shade medium 30, by the way. Okay guys, so I kind of messed around a little bit with my camera settings and the lighting. I think it looks a little bit more true to color now. So let's just go ahead and just keep rolling with this one. Honestly, they should have just made it the same consistency as their concealer because honestly, their concealer is so amazing. I'm flabbergasted. Like, why? Like, the concealer works so well for me. What is that? Oh my. I guess my sweat is peeking through. this foundation and it's starting to form like these darker spots. If this foundation can't even withstand sweat, like I'm really, really nervous to see what it's gonna look like on a hot day. And I know that San Diego's like pretty cool right now. It's like really cloudy, so that's why it's like it looks a little gloomy in my room right now because I only use natural light to film. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the two setting powders. I'm gonna use Banana on one side and then I'm gonna use Translucent on the other and see if there's a difference. I know Banana is supposed to be like more brightening and everything, so let's see. I'm definitely gonna bake with this. I think I'm gonna do the Translucent on this side. I can already tell it's a very finely milled powder. Cool, cool. That packs a punch. It already seems like it's gonna be super brightening and that was just the Translucent one. Now I'm gonna go in with the Banana powder shade. It's actually really yellow. Look at that. Like I know some banana powder shades are like a pastel-y yellow. Like when I think of banana powder, I think of the one in the Kat Von D Shade Light palette. And that one's just like a pale yellow, but let's see. Already off the bat, first of all, wow. I'm not mad at the powders. I'm liking the powders. Sticks a lot more than like my RCMA no color powder, and I love that stuff. Like, I think it's a lot more finely milled than most. I will have to say though, I think I'm gonna continue using the Banana shade just because the Translucent side is pulling a little bit more white, and I think that would work better for like paler skin tones. Because they only have the 3 setting powders. They only have like the Translucent, the Banana, and then like a deep dark shade. Bake at temperature 450 degrees. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the rest of the face with the pressed powder. I don't really have that many high expectations for a pressed powder because honestly, pressed powders are very hard to like gauge if they're good or not. Like I love my Catrice Prime and Fine mattifying powder. It's super mattifying, but even then, like that's the only factor I'm gonna be looking for in a powder. So I feel like you can't really mess this up, but we'll see. I got the shade medium. Yes, this foundation is definitely sticky and you have to set it. Like have to. It doesn't look like I'm picking anything up. It's still, my foundation still feels sticky. Feeling the powder here, it feels, oh my, I should have done this before. That's all I get on my finger. Okay, nothing on my ring finger. There's barely anything there. It looks so patchy too. Like, what? Oh my gosh. ColourPop, what is the deal? I didn't have that many expectations for this, but it sucks. I think I might just, I'm gonna set the rest of my face with the translucent powder because that's like the one thing that's not horrible right now. Okay. I think I'm gonna just do translucent to set the rest of my face because it didn't, I dusted that off and it's not bad looking. I can see a slight difference. I don't know if you can tell on camera between the banana powder and the translucent powder. This side is pulling a little bit more golden and then this side is pulling a little bit more neutral. My face feels a little bit better, like not as tacky. Yeah, that powder helped. Thank God for that powder. Okay, so I'm looking at the foundation and definitely, you guys know my problem areas are my smile lines and like my forehead wrinkles. I can already see it starting to sink in on this side. in my nose. Don't even get me started on my nose, guys. Like, it looks so bad. I'm gonna insert a picture right now. Like, you can tell it's just like blotchy and... Okay, I'm gonna try and do the rest of my face. I'm actually gonna be using the ColourPop bronzer. I love this bronzer. Like, I don't understand why the sheer press powders aren't the same formulas as the bronzers, because the bronzers are awesome. So, let's just go ahead and dive in. I'm gonna see how this like applies over the foundation. So that's why I'm filming this part. Like, these are smooth and it's actually applying nicely, so I have to give props to the foundation and the powder for that. But like, these are so smooth and they feel just like buttery compared to the sheer press powders. This powder feels like chalky and dry. My bronzer is skipping a little bit, as you can tell on the side. This side was the problem side with the brush. Okay, face is looking a little bit better now since we've added some color. I just like to go through like the sides of my the sides of my nose like really delicately with like whatever remaining powder is on my brush, just to kind of like slim it down a little bit. Okay, that does look a lot better, I have to say. The foundation shade isn't bad. I realized just because my camera was making it look like really wonky, but I just like can't believe that my dry patches up here. And I know there are gonna be some people are thinking like, you should have exfoliated your face. Okay, I didn't know that my skin was so dry until I started applying that foundation with the brush. Like, and I was back home. I didn't have exfoliator on hand because all my stuff is here in San Diego. I'm gonna finish up the rest of the face and then we're gonna start doing the wear tests. But honestly, I don't have high expectations for it. I'm looking in the mirror right now in my viewfinder and it's just, the bronzer looks really good, I have to say. I'm a really big fan of the bronzer because I've used it a bunch of times before. But the foundation itself, like on my nose already, and it's not even that hot today in San Diego, it's gloomy, but it's a little bit warm in my room, but if this were a hot day, like, I'm scared to see what the outcome would be. So yeah, I'm gonna finish the rest of my face. Okay, so I'm back with my full face. I just popped on some highlight. I used the shade Gnomie Luster Dust from ColourPop, and then I also popped on a gloss from ColourPop. This is in the shade Fudg'd. This is their collaboration with like Carucci. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Anyways, yeah, so I was trying to keep on the trend of like using ColourPop for almost my whole face. I'm going to check in a few hours. Right now it's 11:15, so I have a full day ahead of me. My sister's coming. I'm gonna also film another video, so I will let you know where we are at in a few hours. So I'll see you guys then. Hey guys, I am back. It is now 4:39 and my foundation looks like crap. It's really sinking into my smile lines right here and I can feel really oily. Even, I mean, I know it's not like a matte foundation, but it's supposed to be like natural finish, but like I feel and look super oily, especially down here, and I cannot wait to take this off. But I'm gonna see how it wears throughout the rest of the day. And I'm seeing that my bronzer is rubbing off as well. Like if I scratch like a part of it, like you can kind of see it's like rubbing off. And usually that doesn't happen with this bronzer because I have used it before. But yeah, like my smile lines is super bad here. Like I don't think I've ever seen them this bad before. And I did bake there and put primer there. Like I said, it is now like around 4:40. I'm gonna go out and probably film another check-in when I come back. But so far, this foundation is a no-go for me. Hey guys, so I'm back. It is now 8:28. Sorry, my AC is blowing right now, so it's a little bit loud in here, but I just wanted to do one final check-in. It's been 9-ish hours since I've applied this, and honestly, this foundation, especially around my mouth area, like right here, This is like really janky production, but you guys get the point. My smile lines are honestly so bad. It's caking up around my nose. You guys know I do get oily in my T-zone, and look at this. That shouldn't happen. And that usually doesn't happen whenever I wear like bronzers or concealers or like highlighters or anything like that. So I'm convinced it's a foundation because I've worn this bronzer before and I really love it. It's breaking up like right here. My oils are peeking through, and like the fact that it accentuated my dry patches like when I first applied it was just like a no-no for me. Honestly, I'm not that big of a fan. The color actually worked out. It oxidized a little bit and I realized my camera settings were a little bit off, so it actually is not that bad of a match. The powders, I don't really think the sheer press powder is all that great either. Like I said, when I swatched it, it was really chalky and stiff. It wasn't like the bronzer, because the bronzer, it was like buttery compared to the sheer pressed powder. So I would definitely say a no for that either. The best out of the bunch was probably the translucent powders. I used banana on this side and translucent on this side. Honestly, I can't really tell that big of a difference. When I applied, I could tell that this side was a little bit more yellow because this one does have a yellow tint. But, I mean, I used the rest of it to set my face and I don't think it really did anything because it is coming off still, but maybe I need to reapply it. So far, all these products except for the loose setting powders are no-goes for me. I'm gonna leave more details in the description bar below because I'm going to continue to wear it a little bit more before I post this video. So make sure to expand that. But yeah, I think that's all my comments on these products for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!